Good afternoon. My name is Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justice Cullivan. Welcome to The Grit.
Boys soccer is into the Elite Eight. The Pioneers qualified for regional finals last night, winning in the 75th minute off of a corner kick taken by senior Spencer Aldridge. Junior Seth Tedla headed the ball in off of the corner to secure the victory over Berlin.
Now I'll throw over to Graham, who is here with the game-winning goal scorer, Seth Tedla.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Seth. So, what first got you interested in playing soccer, and how has your passion for the game grown over time?
So when I was a kid, my dad always had soccer on the TV, and I started playing in rec leagues. And then, as I got better, I just started playing more and more, and I started playing club, and then we're here.
How do you prepare mentally and physically before a big match?
I just hit a pregame lift at school, and then when I get home, I listen to music for 2 hours in my room.
Can you describe a moment in a game that really challenged you and what you learned from it?
Against Gahanna, we were losing 3-0 until the final 10 minutes. So we came back and won, obviously, and that kind of changed because we grew from there as a team, and now we feel like we can win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think makes your team successful on and off the field?
All of us have a pretty good bond off the field. So when we're on the field, we're all friends. The chemistry's good, and we're all there for each other.
How did it feel to hit that game-winning goal, and how did that play develop?
Felt really good. So what happened was Jeffrey got a free kick, and it hit the wall and went out for a corner, and then Spencer got up there and took the corner. I just saw the ball coming, and I basically just ran into it.
All right, thanks so much. Good luck on Sunday. Now back to the boys.
For cross country, senior Brooke Chapman placed 5th at regionals. This will be her 4th appearance at states for cross country. The full boys team is heading to states for the 4th time in a row. Senior Sahil Kandari placed 16th at regionals. Junior Cohen Allender placed 21st, and sophomore Sid Sivakumar placed 27th, receiving all region honors.
In football, the Pioneers are OCC champs for the 2nd year in a row. Senior Levi Davis scored 2 rushing touchdowns. Senior Aiden Scott scored on a pick 6, and junior Jake Luling had 139 receiving yards and a touchdown versus Liberty. The boys will now play the winner of Grove City at Berlin game tonight, and that's going to be quite exciting.
And girls volleyball swept Groveport Madison 3-0 in the first round of the tournament. This qualified them for district finals tonight. They then followed up with a win against Delaware Hayes, sweeping them 3-0. Senior Macy Gerboth had 16 kills, junior Cameron Coomer had 5 aces, and senior Izzy Schulpen had 38 assists.
Now I'll throw over to Sarah with the girls volleyball players, Bree and Kenzie.
Hey Pioneers, I'm here with Bree and Kenzie, and first question is, who on your team pushes you to be better, and how do they do it?
I would say senior Macy Gerboth, who's also middle, inspires me because she's really good.
I would say Izzy Schulman because she's always pushing me to be better than I know I can be.
Okay. If you could describe your playing style in 3 words, what would they be?
I would say resilient, tough, and hardworking.
I would say hardworking, brave, and probably tough as well.
Okay. How do you bounce back after a mistake or a tough set during a game?
I would say our coaches really bring us together and level us, and we breathe and we just talk about little things we can do better.
Honestly, I just focus on Izzy because she always is giving me words that help me a lot. So I just honestly look at her and she just helps me.
Who has been your biggest influence on your volleyball journey?
I would honestly say all of the seniors. They've put in really hard hours for all of us, just doing things extra for our team.
I agree. I think the seniors too, but honestly my mom's been a big influence with me and just everything she's done for me as I've grown up to be a volleyball player.
What motivates you to keep improving every season?
I would say just going for that state title and just getting farther than we ever have in the program.
Yeah, I think the state title's been a very big influence this year, and I think that just knowing that it's in reach has helped all of us. Yeah.
What has allowed you and your team to have this dominant stretch?
I would definitely say the schedule we've played and the preseason stuff that we've done this year. We went all the way to Michigan in the sand and did really hard conditioning and sand volleyball.
Yeah, I think the seniors had a big impact because they've sacrificed so much and put so much into the program to help us get to where we are right now.
Thanks. Now back to the boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's for the time that you've all been waiting for. We have Pick'ems, and this is a special edition. We have the Region 1 playoff bracket for the Ohio football playoffs that is going on. This is Division I, so we're going to start up here. I'll do my picks first, and Alex will go. We got Berlin taking on Grove City. I would love to see 4 teams from Olentangy in that next round, and I think it'd be really cool. So I'm going to take Berlin here.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep it short. The main difference in this game is going to be the Berlin crowd. Obviously, really loud. Even the game that, even when Orange played at Berlin, Orange was up 30-something points in the second half. The student section was still completely full. You don't see that at really any other school, so I'm going to take Berlin.
Then we got the Liberty Patriots taking on Newark. This should be a pretty easy game, especially with how well Liberty was playing before that loss against Orange. Besides that, they were on a dominant stretch, 6 in a row wins. They're coming in as just a much higher seeded team. I think Liberty's going to roll over Newark.
Yeah, and this Liberty team is really good. And that loss to Orange, that's not a bad loss at all. Losing by 12 to one of the best teams in the state at home, it's actually a really solid loss. They have looked amazing, obviously, since their 0-3 start, so I'm also going to take Liberty.
And then we got Gahanna taking on Groveport Madison. I'm going to go Gahanna here. We saw them play. They didn't play Super Bowl against Orange, but besides that, they were in a lot of different games against a lot of good teams. Their quarterbacks really figured things out. They're throwing like 4 interceptions against Orange. Zane had like 2 on him. I think that they're going to get the win here. And
I'm also going to take Gahanna. The main factor in this game is going to be if Gahanna can get the run game going. They have a really solid running back room. Against Orange, that was the only offense they could find was getting the ball on the ground and getting small gains on the ground, chewing out the clock. So I think Gahanna beats Groveport Madison pretty easily and kind of suffocates them through the run game.
And honestly, down here, I think UA is definitely the best team that has not gotten a bye here. They're the dominant team. It's either them or Liberty. They're going to easily move on to play Pick North.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it short. Westerville Central's not beating UA.
Now we got the second round, the Pioneers, a rematch of middle of the season, taking on the Bears at home. This is going to be an easy win for the Pioneers, in my opinion. Knock on wood. But I do think the Pioneers are just the much more talented roster, the much better coach team. They've been, obviously you can't get better than 10-0. I was going to say that Berlin's on a streak, too, of 5 straight wins, but Orange is on an even better one with 10 straight wins. So I'm going to take the Pioneers here.
Yeah, and I just want to take a second. Whatever seeding they used for these brackets was amazing. Being able to get all 4 Olentangy teams playing each other in the second round, seeing who can take over the district, in my opinion and a lot of others' opinions, it's going to be Orange. So I do have them beating Berlin pretty easily at home as well.
Then we got Liberty versus Olentangy. This will be at Olentangy. Now this was a game that happened in the beginning of the season. Olentangy dominated on the defensive side and won pretty handily, but I do think Liberty gets the win here. I think that I think they're on a better streak. They've looked a lot better over the last couple weeks. I know that one loss against Orange, again, it's not that terrible of a loss, especially considering Olentangy lost by a whole lot more to Orange. I think Liberty's going to get that upset win, and they're going to move on and rematch Orange.
And I think this is going to be one of the best games in this region, but this Olentangy team, they're out for blood. They obviously had a loss to Berlin to end the season, obviously beat Liberty early on and had a big loss to Orange. I think, one, they're very mad that they let themselves fall to Berlin, this has been a subpar Berlin team this year, and they also want to get back to playing the Nears, so I'm going to take Olentangy over Liberty.
And then down here we've got Pick Central taking on Gahanna Lincoln. I'm going to take Pick Central. This is they were dominant this whole season. Very good, much better team. We saw Gahanna again. I'm going to go back to what I've seen with my own 2 eyes. I did not see a very talented team in Gahanna. They ran the ball pretty well. The quarterback play, I just don't think against an elite defense like Pick Central has, he's going to be able to have a great game, and a lot of turnovers forced in that one. Give me Pick Central.
Yeah, this Pick Central defense it's just going to shut down Gahanna. There's not going to be any offense generated by the Lions, so I'm going to take Pick Central pretty easily.
And then we've got Pick North versus UA. I think this one could be a sneaky, really good game. I'm going to go Pick North. I'm going to take the chalk. I trust in their team a little bit more. Obviously, they were in a competitive game with Pick Central, 17-7. They had a harder strength of schedule than UA has. I think that they're just a slightly better team. I think this is going to be tight, though. Come down to the wire. Give me Pick North.
Yeah, and this game, I think this is going to be an amazing game. I think it's going to be a defensive game, low scoring, but it's going to be a phenomenal game to watch. I do have UA, though, against Orange. Obviously, Orange won by 14. The score makes it look like, it might not have been that close, but there was a garbage time touchdown. Lots of turnovers from both teams, too. And there were some odd turnovers from UA that led to Orange scores. I think this UA team is a lot better than what their record and some of the scores they've put up shown, even though they have obviously had a great season, I'm going to take UA over Pick North.
Then coming back up here, this elite matchup for me, it's Pioneers versus Liberty. This will be so much fun. I mean, our biggest rival, and to make it to the Elite Eight, this will be so much fun. I'm going to take the Pioneers. Again, I think that they already beat Liberty at home. What are they going to do again or on the road? Actually, sorry, for the Pioneers, is at home for Liberty. What are they going? I think at home for the Pioneers, it's going to be a lot easier for them with the crowd on their side. Give me the Pioneers.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Nears here. Obviously, Olentangy, for me, obviously, I have Olentangy coming in. They're going to want to win this game real badly. CJ Santa and Gebhardt on the defense are going to be flying all over the place, but I think that's really all the defense Olentangy is going to find. I think the Pioneers learned their lesson against those especially the tight end seam routes is what was really the only offense Olentangy was able to find against the Nears.
Mangum was wide open on multiple plays, and he had that really their only big play of the night.
Yeah, I think the Pioneers realized they kind of have to shut down that to stop this Olentangy offense. So I could see the Nears winning this by 4 scores. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be a lot closer. So I am going to take Orange. I think it's going to be around 28-21 against Olentangy.
For me down here, I got the Battle of Pickerington once again. Happened earlier this year, and Pick Central came out on top. The Battle of the Felines, Tigers versus Panthers. I think Pick North gets their revenge. I think that both the teams have really good defenses, and again, I think it's gonna be another low scoring game. I think it's really tough to beat a team twice in a row in the same season, and I'm gonna take Pick North here on the upset.
And here I am actually going to go with UA. We saw the change between this UA team through the regular season and the playoffs. Obviously, Orange beat them. It was a good game, but still pretty easily in the regular season. And UA came in, upset Orange at home to end Orange's season last year. I think this UA team just always transforms in the playoffs. It always seems they play way above what they did during the regular season. So I think UA is going to go back and play the Nears again.
And no matter what matchup is played here, it's going to be an elite matchup. Pioneers versus Pick North for me. This is a tough one. I think the Pioneers' defense has been kind of the unsung hero. We've talked about Levi Davis. We've talked about the whole wide receiver room and Lucas Fickle. They're phenomenal, scoring a lot of points. But that defense has been sturdy. That secondary might be one of the best in the state, if not the best. They do not let up big plays. They get a lot of turnovers. I think so I do think that they will be able to hold Pick North to a lower amount of points. I don't know Pick North, as good as their defense is, I do not think they're going to be able to hold down the Pioneers offense for the entirety of the game. There's just too many good players, too many explosive athletes on that team. I think the Pioneers get the win and move on to the Final Four.
Yeah, and no matter what happens here, the Pioneers offense is inevitable. They've been one of the best in the state this whole year. I mean, there hasn't been a defense. UA and Liberty have slowed them down, definitely not stopped them though. Still over 20 points in both those games. There's no way you can really stop this Pioneers offense. If you take away the run, they're going over your heads. If you take away the pass, Lucas Fickle is rushing for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. There's not really a way to stop this. I do think UA, for me, is going to make this a great game. I could see it being within 3 points. It could come down to a last-second field goal from Orange, but I will take the Pioneers to win Region 3.
All right, good thing we both have Pioneers as the prediction. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
That's all for our show. Thanks for tuning into this week's edition of The Grit. Make sure to support your Nears in action this week. I'm Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justice Cullivan. We hope to see you right here next Friday on The Grit. And as always, roll Nears.